His judge refuses to grant bail to Diddy. The situation gets worse for American music mogul Sean Diddy Combs, as he has been sent to jail to await trial in his federal sex trafficking case after a judge ordered him to be held without bail until his trial. Just so you know, Diddy pleaded not guilty on Tuesday, September 17 to sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution in a federal indictment. All of this is coming after U.S. prosecutors asked the judge for Diddy to be detained in prison until his trial, calling him a dangerous flight risk after the hip-hop icon was arrested on Monday evening and indicted on 3 counts, including sex trafficking. Prosecutors indicted Diddy on charges of racketeering, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution, alleging the mogul had a pattern of emotional, physical, and sexual abuse and violently coerced women to engage in sex acts with commercial sex workers. With his employees allegedly helping to facilitate and cover up his abuse, prosecutors filed a letter with the court asking to extend the rapper's detention until his case goes to trial, as Combs has been in detention since his arrest Monday night. Prosecutors argue that Diddy should be in prison because he is dangerous and poses an ongoing threat to the safety of the community, pointing to his long history of violent conduct and alleging he is a serial abuser who repeatedly assaults and coerces women to achieve his own sexual gratification. They also allege Combs posed a serious risk of flight, given the allegations against him, which they note could result in a significant prison sentence, and argue they have gathered a large amount of evidence that makes it likely Combs will be convicted. The letter further accuses Diddy of trying to obstruct the investigation against him, including by bribing victims and witnesses to give false testimony, which prosecutors argue means there are simply no conditions for his release that would ensure that the defendant's efforts to obstruct and tamper with witnesses will stop. This story seems to be getting interesting day by day. Today is the second day court hearing, and we saw his kids, his son, making an appearance to support their father. There's a long list of things against him. Amongst the many things were guns with license. The numbers were cleaned off. Like 2 firearms were caught in his. They found it in his apartment, and the numbers were stricken off, which is a crime in America. So much. Also, part of the bail bond, because he offered 50 million bail bond. He also offered his house, which is about $30 million. He also paid off mortgage of about $18 million. Also offered his mother's house in Miami, Florida. Also, he offered the passports of his family, right? All his children, wives, and everything. He also offered the passport. The court did not ask for these things, but it's
just making you know that, like, yo, like his lawyer is even saying that we knew it will be taken in. That's why we are in New York and ready. It's not that we are running away or we want to avoid anything. So this man, to not spoil his legacy, is going with the flow with the investigation, but don't lock him up, let him drop all of these things. And everything is just looking messy. Like, I just thought, okay, there was the Bill Cosby situation, there was the R. Kelly situation. I want to believe that, the color will come to play, like why always the black entertainers? Okay, there's Harvey Weinstein, white filmmaker, but it's always like, why these guys and why does it go the extreme? So this is why I'm just thinking that you go clear, you make sure that you are safe with whatever you are doing. A lot of people have been coming up in support of Diddy, kinda, but people are saying, oh, because I probably has your video that will come out very soon. They are now saying that, yo, it's not a crime. Let's just say it's his pleasure. His pleasure taken out of proportion. This is what he likes. He's freaky like that. So one being freaky,
about 780.
Is it a crime?
7
bottles of baby oil.
No, but 1,000 bottles of
baby oil,
Then sexual enhancement products, about 787.
So that's somebody being freaky.
Were found. That's a lot. Also, I mean, aside that, it's alleged that they had tapes when they raided his home, they have custody of tapes of his freak-offs, and it was alleged that he uses these tapes to blackmail, and that's how he's been able to, accord so much power that he has had, from music executives in the industry for over 15 years. And then, lots of videos, even from Tupac, when Tupac, talked about him, lots of things from way back is coming. His bodyguard, also.
I like that one said he witnessed something and he cried out. Nobody believed him. Now that everything is coming up, people are now saying, and people kind of like miss Wendy Williams on our show because Wendy has been saying all of these things, but nobody got to believe. It's just crazy that I know a whole lot of people are kind of like scared now because Diddy's parties are the creme de la creme. Like your faves probably have one tape somewhere. So everybody's now shaking right now that hey, hey.
But I mean, the comedian, the guy who was on the show with Shannon Sharp, Cat Williams.
Is it Faison?
No, Cat Williams. No, it's not Cat Williams. I think it's Cat Williams.
Yeah.
Cat Williams.
That revealed that.
He said down. This. He said 2024 is going to be an amazing year.
Revelation.
Lots of revelation. Like he said the truth is the light, and he said a lot of things. He said he knows a lot. Because he gets to hide his secrets. But we're looking at how the drama is going to unfold. Definitely, more people will be roped into this.
Sadly.
We're waiting to see.
All right, we are done with the entertainment news, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it locked because we'll be back shortly after this break.